what's going on, guys? I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible so the video won't be super long. So okay, I have a new build video here for the macro. So hands down, this build is just straight up broken. It's the most broken thing I've ever seen. It's the strongest hitting thing you'll ever see. So this build is just way stronger than the last one, hits way harder. The only thing is that for sure you're way squishier and you have less sustain. Now this build thrives in small group play or big group play. That's when you'll see it thrive the most. But you can do like some 1v1s in it, maybe turn and burn a couple people, but it's not designed for that. So let's get right into it. Let's make it really fast here. Alright, we're from bar, lightning staff of dark conversion, sharpened. Back bar and sword of critical riposte. You can do potentate here, powered with sturdy, maximum health enchant. And then I like to use immobilize, escapist poisons. We're doing one heavy Baylord, one medium Jack of mechanical acuity, impenetrable tri-stat, medium tri-stat impenetrable Baylord, sash of dark convergence light, well fitted, tri-stat, bracers of mechanical acuity, tri-stat impenetrable, medium legs, mechanical acuity, tri-stat with impenetrable, and then medium boots of mechanical acuity, well fitted, tri-stat. We're doing gold amulet of dark convergence, spell damage with harmony, another spell damage with harmony, and then we're doing one ring of mechanical acuity with harmony and mag recovery. So let's get right into the stats here. So as you notice, we're doing 5 medium. So we're doing medium because medium now increases your spell damage and your critical damage. So as you can see, you have 10% crit damage increase from 5 medium. And then I also have 10% more spell damage from doing 5 medium. So let me just buff out real quick so you can see the stats. Oh shit, here we go. That's the stats right there. And then mechanical acuity, pretty much, dark convergence does about 30,000 damage when you have the weapon damage enchant proc from your staff. Okay, so now that we saw the staffs, so I'm still Breton. Ideally, you want to be a Khajiit. Khajiit gives you crit damage and crit healing. So Breton's still really good for sustain. This build has like no sustain compared to the other one. So it's nice to have this, but ideally you want to be a Khajiit. Khajiit gives you crit damage. We changed the Mondays around. We don't have the Atra anymore. We're using the Shadow again for crit damage. 11% crit damage here. We're also Stationary Vampire. We're using Clockwork Citrus Fillet. And then I changed my attributes a little bit here to get a little more max health. I think I had like 25,000 max health. Now I have 27,000. Doing 50 Magicka, 14 health. Have about 29k max Magicka and 27k max health on the front bar. Okay, let's go right into the skills here. So we're still using Glacius Colossus. It procs your mechanical acuity and it also procs your dark convergence. Stalking Blast Bones, Shock Ring. So some people are asking me about Shock Ring. So Shock Ring is the other form of Pulsar. I've been having the most success with this skill, so this is what I like to use. You can use it from range, up close, however you want. It does 5% more damage for each enemy hit, up to 6 times. You could also use Force Pulse, whatever you want to use here. This is up to you. It's a flex spot for sure. Avid Boneyard for the harmony. And then we're doing Camel Hunter instead of the one from the Wrestle Staff. What's the name of it? Instead of Elemental Drain, we're using Camel Hunter. So Camel Hunter gives you minor Berserker and crit, which is all the time, which is 5% more damage. And then they also changed that with the Fighter's Guild. You get 3% more, I think it is 3% more spell damage from just having it slotted also. So that's really nice. And then we're using Degen for major sorcery. And then back bar, Temporal Guard, you can use Rest Ult if you want. Spirit Guardian, Race Against Time, 10% more crit damage here. Resistant Flesh, Summoner's Armor, and then Mortal Coil. Definitely use Mortal Coil if you don't have healers in your group or you're solo. But if you have really good heals in your group, you want to use Necrotic Potency. So Necrotic Potency, once you do your bomb, you get some kills, you hit this, you usually get your Colossus 'Colossus 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 ' Okay, let me go through these. Okay, so let's go to champion points. So this is where it's a little squishier. It gets much squishier here. So aside from us not having 3 heavy. So we changed the Mundas around. I mean, not the Mundas, the CP. So we're using Backstabber, 15% crit damage done from the flank, which is all the time. Because all your attacks are AoE, so they're considered flanks. Critical damage done in healing, 10%, so that's another 25% crit damage right there. Before I was using Ironclad and Resilience, so this is where you get most of your tankiness from. We do not have that on, that's why this build is extremely squishy, but then again, that's why this build is the hardest thing in Cyrodiil right now. So I apologize for last video, I did not show you the right CP. This is the correct CP that you want here. You don't want to use Rejuvenation anymore, so you want to use Relentless if you want. So basically what it does, it gives you major protection when you're stunned and feared. Comes in clutch, especially with Dark Convergence nowadays. Pain and Suffering, so this is really good. Pain's Refuge, I mean, gives you up to 20% damage mitigation, which is crazy, per negative effect, which is all the time in Cyrodiil. Sustained by Suffering, so this is the new Rejuvenation. Every time you have any negative effect on you, which is all the time in Cyrodiil, you get 150 recovery and everything. And then I put Rejuvenation. You can put anything else you want. I put it on because my sustain's kind of lacking. You can put anything else you want here, like Slippery or whatever. So, quick thing about Pain, Refuge, and Sustained Suffering. This is up all the time. So as you can see right now, look at my negative effects. I have 1,750 days of burning and poison status effect. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. So I have my pretty much that CP is on at all times, just because I'm permanently poisoned and permanently burning, which is crazy. So think about that. Alright, so quick pointers here that I want to give you guys. So mechanical acuity procs on any direct attack, so you cannot light attack weave to build ulti. You have to do medium attacks. See, it does not proc it. Okay, if you bash, it'll also proc it, so be careful with that. So there is a skill gap to this build. You gotta learn how to proc mechanical acuity. See, I'm not proccing at all, but the moment I do a light attack or a heavy attack here, because a heavy attack on lightning staff does a direct damage explosion. Look, light attack, you procced. So you gotta be careful, or else it'll fuck up your combo. So that's about it here. Let me just finish here. Sorry that I'm talking really fast. I'm just trying to cover a lot of things here. Alright, so overall, this build, like I said in the beginning, is the hardest thing in Cyrodiil, hands down. The only thing that could beat this is if you're Khajiit, to be honest with you. And if someone's buffing you in your group. So it's squishier, hands down, and less sustain. But hope you guys enjoy. Thinking of making a Stamplar build one of these days, so just stay tuned for that, guys. Hit a like if you liked it.
We can go down on these guys.
I'm going on.